Hi guys, so as you know, I study astrology, and astrology is the oldest method of studying people's personalities so that we can understand ourselves as well as other people and see, what strengths they have and also where they have insecurities and they need a little bit of extra assistance and help and not having to worry about certain things in life as much. And I know a lot of times people who study themselves and start delving into their own psyches, they sometimes we feel like we don't like what we find, honestly, and then we start criticizing ourselves and eating ourselves up and wishing we were some other way than the way that we are. And I see in all areas of life, in the martial arts community and in the YouTube community and in businesses and basically any endeavor people pursue in life, that basically confidence and believing that you have something worthy to contribute in the world is one of the most important things. And I want astrology to be able to do that for people so they can know the strengths that they have and not hate themselves, not put themselves down. And I don't ever, want to see someone saying, oh, well, I'm all these negative things because of my astrological chart and I can't change that. Well, the reason why this kind of came up, even though it's something I've always thought of and a goal I've always had as an astrologer, is because this past year especially has been really rough for me. And as someone with a lot of Virgo and Capricorn in her chart, I'm someone who normally plans things out perhaps further ahead than is even reasonable, and I worry about things that probably aren't even going to be relevant. And I realized as I get further into my adulthood, I'm 5 years into my 20s now, I've made it halfway through this decade of my life. Basically, nothing has worked out as I have planned. And it's been really heartbreaking for me. And I think this is a problem for a lot of Virgo people especially, that we end up feeling so underappreciated, underpaid, taken for granted. And that's how I've been feeling in just about all aspects of my life. I feel like I've been taken for granted as a mother, especially, someone whose spouse had left her. And I did the numbers. I lost 75% of my income from my YouTube videos this year. And that is, I wasn't making that much from YouTube to begin with, but it was just a little bit of extra money that made me feel appreciated. And then to not even have hardly anything left of that anymore, that it really took an emotional toll more than anything else. And it's been hard to keep going. And I see none of the goals that I have pursued in the past, none of them have gotten anywhere yet. And a lot of this, my response to it has been that I need to stop being who I am, because everything I am is bad. And even when I hear music or see art that uplifts my spirit and makes me feel better about my life and makes me feel like there's hope, I'm just delving into those positive emotions, lustfully engaging in a fantasy that isn't real. And then the worst thing I probably did was that I started resenting myself for even being able to find happiness in hard times. And I started being like, nope, I don't want to be encouraged. I don't want positive words. I don't want to feel better about this. Every time I feel better, it's just a lie. It's just, me covering up the badness. And I really can't be like that. That's not going to do me any good. And then also I see people who would never be willing to work as hard as I am. I'm willing to sweat. I'm willing to bleed. I'm willing to get my hands dirty. I don't care how long my shifts are. I don't care how much work something takes most of the time. I can be very relentless in that way. And I know no one on my YouTube channel has seen me work personally, but I am a very hard-working woman. I like to work hard. And I see that, and I see that the hard work hasn't gotten me anywhere, and then I'm like, why do I keep going? Like, why do I even have this motivation? Why do I work so hard? And then I didn't want to keep working hard either. I wanted to just, give up. I don't know how other people are doing so much better a lot of times with less work than what I do. And I know part of it's probably that they work smarter and not harder. And then I've read all these books on like marketing and stuff, and I've been trying to figure out how to work smarter, but for some reason, like there's something that just doesn't click, and I haven't been able to make these things work. And it kind of makes me wonder why. But I've had a lot of options cut off from my life. There's a lot of things that I haven't been able to do just because of my circumstance and the way I got thrown into adulthood before I was even actually an adult. And then I got thrown not only just into motherhood, but into being a single parent from my marriage to a military member. And like I said, nothing has worked out as planned, and I'm going in circles right now. My head is like completely spinning and all over the place. But it basically just made me, not want to be the person that I am. And there's a lot of good things that have come from me not being able to afford childcare, to work a full-time job or anything like that. And, it gave me more time to spend with my daughter, especially, as she's been really little. And it gave me more time to focus on fitness, specifically on martial arts. And, I've really been able to do that. Perhaps I wouldn't have been able to do that so much if I was working full time. So I don't know why that is, and, why I have been put down this path. Sometimes even being able to see things clearly through astrology and other forms of divination, we still kind of question it, and it's still hard to just like follow our hearts and believe it. But then I even start to resent myself, for the fact that like doing martial arts makes me feel better about everything else that I have going on in my life. And a lot of times I just don't want to be the person that I am anymore. I'm not happy with it because I know something has to change, and I'm not sure what the right thing is to change. And there are things like astrology and martial arts in my life that I love so much, and I'm so passionate about them. But I feel like, when I see what my actual real life is like, I feel like whenever I engage in, astrology and martial arts and anything that I love, I feel like I'm just in a fantasy world, and I'm like lying to myself, and this isn't really my reality because I'm really just this like broke bitch. So, on paper, I really don't have a lot going for me. And it's kind of like a brutal awakening when I try to like write out a resume. It's like, yeah, I had a real job once, but and it didn't last long. And yeah, so I don't really have all the answers right now, but I kind of wanted to make this video because I know there's people out there who watch my channel who have these same feelings. Like you're just mad at yourself and you want to punish yourself, and you don't want to keep being who you are because it doesn't seem to be getting you anywhere. But we are this way for a reason, and we all have a purpose. And my road isn't the road that most people take. Most people don't go through the types of suffering that I have gone through in life. Most people don't make the dumb decisions that I've made in life, and they won't need the strengths that I have, and they don't have the weaknesses that I have. But because they don't have the weaknesses, they also don't need the strengths that I have. And it's just such a a crazy conundrum. I don't really know where I'm going with this. But I guess there's a reason for it, we're all each our own very special kind of crazy. And my kind of crazy has been something I have been questioning all year. Like, why am I like this? Why am I the way that I am? And I know the astrological reasons, and I know probably part of the reason why I work so hard, but I get so little for it, is because I don't have any self-worth. And a lot of people, they'll do something like so small, like they'll do like one small thing and they'll like make such a big deal out of it. Like they suddenly think they're Mother Teresa or something, because in their mind they are. And I can do like 10 times that much work in one day, and I don't say anything about it because I feel like I owe everyone something, and I feel like I'm just trying so hard to justify my existence, and that's part of the reason why I'm working hard. And I don't know if I've ever actually been able to believe that I can achieve my dreams, or that my dreams will actually be something that I want and something I'll be happy with once I get them, rather than some like horrible lie. Because I feel like every door I open in life, it takes a lot to get to the doors, and it takes a lot to be able to open them. But I get there and I open it and I find something horrible. And I guess that just means it's the wrong door for me. This is great. This is like so inspirational. It's like, yeah, I did the marriage thing once. I opened that door and it was a nightmare. It was a trap. It was full of lies and deception, and I don't ever want to open that door again. And I realized that the I don't ever want to open the door again mentality is wrong, because it's never going to be the same door. And you have to keep trying, like even if you keep getting hit in the face or something like that. I think this is like a good time for a boxing metaphor. Like you want to roll under their right hand, their right hook or their right cross or whatever it is, which is usually going to be their power hand. You want to be able to roll under that in order to hit their liver, which is up in the upper left quadrant, so that you can hit their liver. Or because I'm thinking because my left. Okay, I'm sorry. This is bad. We're using the patient's right. Okay, the patient's right. Okay, there's too much going on in this video right now. The patient's right upper quadrant. The patient's right upper quadrant is where the liver is, and but it's on my left, so I gotta move in towards their right. Stop it. This is not what this video was supposed to be about. Yeah, but you got to move in towards their power hand in order to hit the liver. And, if you get hit with that hand, it's really going to suck. It's going to hurt. And, you really don't want to get hit with that hand. But if you want to be able to hit the liver, you have to learn to roll under that hand. And if you want to learn to roll under that hand, you have to keep moving in. And sometimes when you move in, you get hit in the face. But it's important to, not give up, and to learn to move in the right way, keeping your head down, your chin down, and your eyes up. And, boxing metaphor for life. So I guess, I have to find the equivalent of doing that in my real life in order to get under those right hands, because life really keeps smacking me in the face. And I need it to stop. I need something to work out, and I need to feel like there's a reason for, all my suffering and all that I've been through. But it's sad, and I'm lonely and stuff. But really, my YouTube channel means so much to me. And it means a lot when I see you guys leave nice comments and stuff, and are willing to support me. So there's going to be some changes to my channel, and there really has to be, because I need changes. And YouTube, I don't know what's going on with their ad system and all this stuff, but it's really going through a rough transition or something, and there's not very much revenue from the ads, at least not that I'm seeing. And it takes a lot of time and work to make videos, so I do think people, myself included, deserve some reward for their work. So I'm going to have some videos that are like subscription based, that only people who like pay a donation fee will be able to see. But I'm still gonna keep uploading some free videos as well, but there's just kind of gonna be some distinction there, and I'm gonna try to make like the more like really specific videos, make those only for like, you know, people who are subscribed via like Patreon. I'll probably use Patreon. And then like videos more for the general public that'll probably like hopefully get more traffic and more views. I'll make those still, you know, public on a weekly basis. I'm still aiming to upload a video every Wednesday. Sometimes weird things happen and I don't always manage that. So I'm sorry for my excuses, but I'm also not sorry because this isn't like, I love doing this, but it's not like my job. So, yeah. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Okay. Bye.